Be honest with yourself for a moment. Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered why your hairstyle suddenly feels different? Not bad, just different. The truth is, many women over 60 continue wearing hairstyles they've had for decades. And while those styles may have looked beautiful years ago, hair changes with age. Texture changes. Volume changes. Even the shape of the face subtly evolves. And sometimes, the very hairstyle we love the most can quietly add years to our appearance. But here's the good news. A few small adjustments can make an incredible difference. The right hairstyle can soften your features, bring light to your face, and help you look refreshed, vibrant, and naturally youthful. Today, we're going to talk about several hairstyles that experts often suggest avoiding after 60, and more importantly, why they may not be the most flattering choice anymore. This isn't about rules. It's about understanding how hair works with your face today, not 30 years ago. So if you want your hairstyle to lift your look instead of aging it, stay with me, because some of these might surprise you. Let's begin with a hairstyle many women still hold on to, the super long, heavy hair. Long hair can be beautiful at any age. There's absolutely no rule saying women over 60 must cut their hair short. However, the problem often isn't length itself, it's how the length is worn. When hair becomes very long and heavy, it can start to pull the face downward visually. Gravity naturally affects both hair and skin over time, and extremely long hair can unintentionally emphasize that effect. Instead of framing the face, the hair simply hangs. This can make the face appear longer, the jawline softer, and the overall look slightly tired, even if the hair itself is healthy. Another issue is loss of volume. As we age, hair naturally becomes finer and less dense. When long hair lacks layers or movement, it can appear flat and lifeless. The weight of the hair stretches it downward, removing natural bounce. That's why many hairstylists recommend maintaining movement if you love long hair. Soft layers, face framing pieces, or even bringing the length slightly above the chest can dramatically transform the look while still keeping the elegance of longer hair. It's not about giving up long hair. It's about making sure your hair works with your face, not against it. And often, a little lightness in the cut can make the entire face look brighter. Now moving on to another hairstyle that can quietly add years, the tightly curled, overly set hairstyle. This style was incredibly popular decades ago. Many women remember visiting the salon weekly for roller sets or tightly sculpted curls. And while there's nothing wrong with curls, very tight, rigid curls can sometimes feel dated today. The main issue is stiffness. When curls are tightly structured and heavily sprayed, the hair loses movement. Instead of flowing naturally, the hairstyle becomes fixed in place. This can create a look that feels more formal than flattering. Another reason experts caution against this style is that tight curls can add unnecessary width around the head. Instead of gently framing the face, the curls can expand outward, sometimes making the face appear wider or heavier. Modern hairstyling tends to favor softer texture. Loose waves, gentle curls, or softly layered styles create a natural look that moves with you. When hair moves, it reflects light differently, which can actually make the hair appear healthier and fuller. And perhaps most importantly, softer curls feel more current. They give the impression of effortless beauty rather than rigid styling. So if you love curls, there's no reason to abandon them. Simply allowing them to be a little softer, a little looser, and a little more natural can make a remarkable difference. Next, let's talk about a hairstyle that many people don't realize can be aging. The perfectly flat, center-parted hair with no volume. Center parts can absolutely look beautiful, but when the hair lies completely flat against the scalp, it can unintentionally emphasize thinning areas or a lack of density. Hair naturally becomes finer with age. And when it's styled flat and straight with no lift at the roots, the scalp can sometimes become more visible. This can create the illusion that the hair is thinner than it actually is. Another subtle effect of completely flat hair is that it can draw attention downward along the face. Volume near the crown gently lifts the overall shape of the face. Without that lift, the hairstyle can look slightly heavy and straight. Experts often suggest adding just a little root volume. This doesn't mean big, dramatic hairstyles. Even soft layers, light teasing at the crown, or a slightly off-center part can create a much more flattering shape. These small changes add dimension. They help the hair reflect light, move naturally, and frame the face more beautifully. Sometimes the difference between a hairstyle that feels aging and one that feels youthful is simply a little lift at the roots. Another style worth discussing is the extremely short, severe haircut. Short hair can be absolutely stunning for women over 60. In fact, many short styles are incredibly flattering. But very severe, ultra-short cuts can sometimes feel harsh depending on face shape. When hair is cut extremely close to the head with sharp lines, it removes the softness that hair normally provides around the face. Hair acts almost like a frame for a painting. If that frame disappears completely, facial lines and angles can appear more pronounced. A little softness often makes a big difference. Short hairstyles with gentle layers, soft edges, or light texture tend to look more flattering than rigid shapes. These styles allow the hair to move slightly and soften the overall appearance. Another advantage of softer short styles is that they grow out more naturally and require less constant maintenance. So short hair can absolutely be elegant and youthful. The key is choosing a cut that feels light, textured, and soft, rather than extremely tight or severe. As we continue, let's take a look at another common mistake: ignoring hair color changes completely. Hair color plays a major role in how youthful or tired a hairstyle appears. Many women either hold onto a color that's too dark or allow gray hair to grow out unevenly without proper blending. Very dark hair can sometimes create strong contrast against aging skin, which may highlight fine lines more than softer shades would. At the same time, natural gray hair can look incredibly elegant when it's cared for properly. The key is tone and brightness. Subtle highlights, silver blending, or soft dimensional color can make hair appear fuller and more vibrant. Flat color, on the other hand, often removes depth and movement. Experts frequently recommend working with your natural color instead of fighting against it. When color enhances the natural tone of the hair rather than covering it completely, the result often looks far more graceful and sophisticated. And finally, let's talk about something that may matter more than any specific hairstyle: refusing to update your look at all. Many women find a hairstyle they love and keep it for decades. And there's comfort in that. But hair, just like fashion and skincare, evolves over time. What suited our face at May 30th not work exactly the same at 60. Updating a hairstyle doesn't mean chasing trends. It simply means allowing your hair to adapt with you. Sometimes that update is small. A few layers. A slightly different length. A softer fringe. Even subtle changes can refresh your entire appearance. And often, those small adjustments help you feel more confident when you look in the mirror. The most flattering hairstyle is never about age restrictions. It's about balance, softness, and embracing the natural beauty you already have. Your hair is more than just a style. It's part of how you express yourself, how you carry your confidence, and how you show the world your natural beauty. And the truth is, there are no strict rules about hair after 60. But understanding what works best for your face, your texture, and your lifestyle can make a wonderful difference. Sometimes the smallest change, a little softness, a little movement, a little brightness, can completely transform how your hairstyle feels. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path. Because here, we share simple ideas that help you feel confident, graceful, and timeless at every stage of life.